Hey, this is Sleeko Duck. I'm really excited to tell you about a new mod that I created. It is a faith-related mod, so you can actually have your sim go into 4 different possible careers that are all kind of peripherally or seriously related to religions. And I actually use some of the religions that already occur in the sim world, like the Jacobin religion, the Pateran religion, and wizards and cults. These came from Sims Medieval and The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. So, what I did was Bjorn Bergensen had actually been fired from his job and he was making videos. So, I went ahead and put him into the faith career. And as you can see, this is how he actually signed up for it. And I let him play it for a while. And I got very bored playing the Bjorkson family, so I decided to do something a little bit different. What I did was I went into my 1960s neighborhood, and the 60s were all about Age of Aquarius and horoscopes and everything. So I figured, who better to put in a 1960s neighborhood than Jean Dixon? She was like the astrologer to the stars back then, and that's before my time, but it's I figured it was kind of appropriate. And I realized that I misspelled her name at the beginning. I did fix it later on. The way the mod works is you do start out, you have them take a job as one of the faithful. And this particular track has 5 different levels in it. For some reason, one of the levels disappeared when I was making it. But they start out as a devotee, and they need to develop their singing skills, and then they become a singer. They need to develop their skills a little bit more, and they become a choir leader. They also have to develop some more skills after that. Then they become the activities chair, which is in charge of things like bingo and setting up dinners and things like that. They do need some basic skills. And finally, there's the lay clergy, and that actually does require some body skill to get to that level. So if you have an elder sim and you want them to do this as just kind of a thing to occupy their time, you probably don't want to advance them to the level that requires body skill. You don't want your sim to die of a heart attack. So once they reach lay clergy and fill all the requirements of it, there is an option to pick one of the 4 different branches of it. Jacobin cleric actually is kind of a legal career. It's based on kind of a blend between Islam and Judaism. Both religions are very similar, although I don't think that icon I made is going to fly over too well with some people. But anyway, it it actually is more of a legal career, and there's a lot of logic skilling up that is involved in that. And then the next career is the Pateran priest, and that is actually your traditional, like, reverend bishop. It's got a televangelist branch, so it's more of that. There's a sorcerer's apprentice career, which is the wizardry career, yes. And then finally, there's the flock of Sixim, which is actually the religious cult. So basically, if you pick the Jacobin cleric, they must become a cleric. Then they are promoted to conclave leader, a judge, and then finally the chief cleric. If they go into the Pateran branch, they can be a reverend, a bishop, televangelist and great father. I know that televangelist is probably going to be fun. I may put one of my Sims into that branch in the future for another video. Sorcerer's Apprentice is the School of Wizardry. It is the Magnolia Promenade School of Wizardry, and they start out as an acolyte, then they can become an astrologer, an exorcist, and finally the High Wizard. Finally, the last branch is actually the Flock of Sixum. That is a cult, and they become a shepherd. They skill up enough, they become a servant, prophet, and a cult leader. When they enter this track, it does not pay very much until they get up to the top level. So just to give you a heads up on that. So anyway, getting back to Jean Dixon, I created her to put into my 1960s neighborhood. And here you see her. And I went ahead and let her find a job. So it's actually pretty straightforward. You just go through there and it appears under one of the faithful. Now hiring a devotee. So you just select that. Now she has a job and she needs to skill up in singing and cooking. And it is a holiday, so she's rolling a want to join a new club. So what I'm going to do, and I didn't do it right away, but I had her start a club up with some different eccentric Sims in it, a vampire, and she's going to use that to go sing karaoke, because there is a lot of singing skill in the first 5 levels of the career track. So here you see how to create a club. You don't have to do this. This is definitely not required. If you don't have get-together, it's not necessary for it. The only expansion pack you really, really need is San Myshuno, because singing is like integral to the career. So I just picked the traits. I picked creative or erratic or paranoid, just because. So you see her setting up this club, and then she's going to add some Sims that just happen to be in the neighborhood. And they do look a little different than you're used to, because they're 60s stylers. Mortimer Goth, Lilith Vittor, and I'm going to have her put in Salim Benali. Nobody else really looks good for that. So just for starters, I had Socialize, because she does have the insider trait, so that's kind of important to her. But later on, I do end up adding singing and drinking bar drinks, so that they can get some points every time they go to the karaoke bar. So here they are at the bar, and she's going to actually do some of her skilling up here. She can't sing very well at the beginning. So here's the dying cows. So they're not doing too bad on the skilling up. As you can see, she's already gained 1 point in singing, and I'll go ahead and have her keep singing until she skills up. This should speed up a little bit. I'm sorry that it's taking so long to get to this level. Sorry about that. I'm not feeling well right now, you can hear it. So they finished the song. She's not completely skilled up yet. She's gaining some fame points, so I'll just go ahead and have her sing some more. I'm just picking random songs. It's better than listening to Bjorn Bjorkson sing. So she's skilled up. So she's done with this, and she can send her club home. And now I'm having her actually just cook a meal and watch a cooking show. Maybe it's Julia Childs. I think she was popular in the 60s. She hasn't quite gotten the last point, so I'll just have her sit down while she's eating. Multitask. Yes, I realize the name is spelled wrong. I did fix it later. Four hours later. She's been promoted to a choir singer. This requires just more singing, so back to the karaoke bar. And you can see that I fixed the club so that they can sing and listen to karaoke and get points. And they can drink bar drinks. All of those things contribute to the points. And they can use those points to get a skill boost for singing and also charisma later on. Because this career track does require a lot of charisma. And wow, she wins. That wasn't a very tough competition. Sorry about that. I know you really were looking forward to listening to her sing. So she hasn't gotten a third point yet, so I'm going to have her sing a duet with Celine. So now she's got her point, and she's ready to go home when she's done singing. They're not anywhere near getting enough points to add the skill boost yet. So she actually has the best-selling author aspirations. So I am having her write some books. This will get her towards her lifetime goal of writing a certain amount of bestsellers and excellent books. And I decided to have a little fun with the books since she was known for kind of vacuous astrology advice in the papers. So I'm just going to have her write more books. She's not really in need of skilling up anytime soon, and she has a little time, so this is getting her towards her lifetime aspiration. So she's completed part of her lifetime aspiration, and she's skilling up, cranking out those books, and it's ready. I always have her make a copy and then put the original in the inventory, and then she can publish it and read it later on. So she's getting a little income from her books because that definitely is not a high-paying career in the lower levels. And I don't know what was going on there. She just showed up. Nobody invited her over. It's daytime. So she's been promoted to choir leader, and this will require a little purchase. So I did use a money cheat, which I shouldn't have done because she ended up having money for it that day. But she wants to buy a musical instrument anyway. You can see it in there. And so she needs to skill up in pipe organ and charisma, I believe, and singing. So she's pretty quick at learning these things. So I just had her play the pipe organ for a little while. She does need it. She wanted one, so there it is. So now she's skilled up on that, and she needs to skill up on charisma. So she's all skilled up, she's ready, and I had her get into an inspired mode and write another book about the planets. So I'll just have her work on that for a while, and it's time for work. And she's almost due for a promotion, so work hard. Watch the little meter, pay attention to it. And she's getting ready to be promoted to the activities chair, which does involve a lot more diverse skills. So she's ready for the promotion. No need to stress her out. And she's promoted. She also gets a small bonus, and she needs to skill up on some other things there. She needs to continue with the charisma skill, but also she needs to skill up on logic in order to get promoted to lay clergy. So I sent her over to the park over in San Myshuno just because I didn't really want to buy her a telescope because it doesn't require a whole lot of logic for the line that she's going into. And it's kind of a nice park. I like sending my Sims over there. If you want to have them use a chess table or whatever, that'll work too. And she's getting her logic skill built up. Nice focused mood. So she got print. So she's got her skill. So now she's home and on the toilet, I guess. So I'm going to have her skill up in charisma. That guy's such a pest. She's got the bidet thing going on the toilet too. she's in a bad mood, and so I had to get her in a good mood again and have her finish skilling up so she can become a member of the lay clergy. So now she has the skills necessary for the promotion, and she's about to leave for work. I don't think they had those in the 60s, but it works really well for getting rid of the bad moodlets. Off she goes. Boom, she's got the promotion. Now, she is a lay clergy.
Oh.
This would be something like a peer minister or something like that. So she's getting ready to have to pick her branch that she goes into. And it does require more charisma, requires a little bit of parenting, which is basically psychology, and also a little bit of body skill. So this is the point maybe where you retire if it's an elder sim. So she's skilled up, and I had her buy a parenting book because she lives alone, so she doesn't have kids to practice on. She won't make it on time, and I believe what I end up doing is have her call in sick, or take a vacation day, I mean. She is dead tired, and there's no way she's going to do well at work. So that's how you do the taking a day off, because it was not showing up in my game. I think that's actually a game-wide glitch. That guy is such a nuisance. She's not even that good of friends with him. So she's skilled up with parenting, and she does need to skill up on fitness, but she's really tired, so I'm going to put her to sleep. And now off she goes. A little jog around the block, a little bit of, I think Jack LaLanne was what they did back in those days. My mother had that stuff. So she's ready for promotion, and she's getting ready to go to work. She had one of those weird traits that comes with the fame star, so she has to look in the mirror all the time.
Oh. Yippatame. Berosh. Oh, Amudia. Zagoo. Whoa. Ha ha.
So the income is coming in from the books now, so that's actually keeping her afloat. She's in a good mood, and it's time to go to work.
Oh, his Zoiza. Bimpy.
Make sure to set her on work hard. So she's ready for a promotion now. Yay, she lost a star. She's not going to get that stupid movelet anymore. So you have Jacobin and Cleric, and there's a little description there when you reach that level. And it is basically like a legal career. You have the Pateran priest, and this is where you can have them become like a televangelist or something like that, or the Great Father. Flock of Sixum is the cult leader track. And then here's your Sorcerer's Apprentice. So the levels on this are Acolyte, Astrologer, Exorcist, and High Wizard. So she is now an Acolyte, and she needs a skill up in Mixology, Herbalism, and Wellness. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave her off. I'll let you just see what she's doing. And I bought the spooky pack, so I went ahead and got her a witch uniform. So I'll just leave it off at that. Hope you enjoy the mod. If you like the mod, please let me know. Please subscribe to my videos if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that like button. And I hope you really enjoyed the mod and the video. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, the dish.